Photographers are constantly confused by this, and it's a lighting thing. And I know this, I see it in the comments all the time. And also professional photographers still don't quite grasp it. And it is the fundamentals of lighting, the absolute fundamentals. So let's dive into it, explain to you what needs to be known, and hopefully help you out. Now, thanks to many manufacturers of camera kit, there's lots of confusion out there. They like to sell things, and often a lot of these brands coming in, they don't actually know what they're talking about. They've just copied a design. Now, in photography, there is a lot of tech, but in lighting, it seems like there's a lot. It really does, because there's so much kit, but most of it is pretty much redundant. I'm going to tell you about the 4 types of light. There are additional ones, and those of you who are a bit more advanced who know about collimated light sources and focus light and all that, we'll ignore that for now. But generally speaking, 99% of work we all do, 4 types of light. And I'm going to explain them to you in the most simple way possible. This is a small light source. This here is a very small cob chip or flash tube, doesn't matter. If this here is a long way away, it is hard light. That is characterized by deep, dark shadows. If this light source comes closer in, it becomes softer. That is one type of light, hard light, and the other type, soft light. They are 2 different things. Now, if you put a softbox far enough away with enough power, it'll be hard light. If you put a softbox close enough, it'll be soft light. Just because it's a softbox doesn't mean it will make soft light. The distance and the relative size compared to the subject is what matters. This light here with an ant right next to it, very soft light. This light here, 500 meters away on full whack, very hard light, assuming it's a bit brighter than this one actually is. That is one thing. I think most of you get that. This is where the confusion comes in. The 2 other qualities of light. See this here? Specular. Specular doesn't have to be hard. You see this massive 8-foot octabank on the ceiling here? Here? Here. There. No. This is difficult. There it is. That big octabank, that is large. If this here and the octabank are next to each other, they will both be specular because of this nice foily thing on side, but one of them will be softer than the other. Now this has other uses. This also increases power output in the direction it's going in because it doesn't splay everywhere. That's quite useful. So sometimes we'll use this, but we won't want specularity. We want hard, but, and this is really baffling people here, diffused. This is now hard at the same distance, but diffused, because it's a long way off, but we've put diffusion over it. If we bring it close like this distance here, it'll be soft and diffused. If we take this off, this is soft and specular. Move it 10 meters away, hard and diffused. 10 meters away, hard and specular. So our qualities of light are hard or soft, diffused or specular. And the reason this came out is someone was like, well, this diffusion material here is on a parabolic. You can't diffuse parabolic light, but that's for a more advanced video later on. I do have a whole workshop on the fundamentals of lighting. So if you didn't understand this, the rest of this workshop's for you. I'll pop a link down below. Now, let's go into a slightly bit more advanced thing about why modifiers exist in the way they do. This 8-foot modifier back here means we can have the light further back and have a more even spill, with it still being relatively soft. Now, hard and soft are not finite things. It's a whole sliding scale. As the light comes closer, it gets softer. Currently, I'm lighting myself with a soft, diffused light source. I want it to be soft because I don't want to look too old and haggard. I want it to be diffused so the light gets scattered so you can't see every wrinkle in my head. If I take the diffusion off, I'll spare you that. It'll be soft but specular, and specular shows up detail. If you have this nice specular reflector here, you can see more detail. If you diffuse it and then adjust the light power to keep it the same, there'll be less detail visible. Of course, the detail remains the same in the scene, but it's what you can see or what the lens can record, more to the point. And that's important to know. So when you're lighting and when you're on set, as long as you've got a reflector and some diffusion, you can create the 4 qualities of light. You can have a nice little diffusion flag here and have it soft. And you can do all the different things. You don't need soft boxes, octaboxes, parabolics, different video. reflectors, beauty dishes, all these different things are slight modifications around the basic theme of 4 lights. Almost all of my portfolio is shot bare bulb. And then we just modify the light with scrims and flags. It's that simple. There's really not that much to it, but this fundamental must be understood. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.